Welcome to this video. This is yet another Christmas bonus video, and I was trying to do some blitz kibitzing for a while, but somehow when I was on and had the time, there wasn't something great to watch. Okay, you never know if the games really are great, if the names involved are great, but yeah, I didn't want to do kibitzing on a player you probably don't know. So let's have a look here. This is with white. Grandmaster Yasser Sarawan, very well known US Grandmaster. You probably also know him as a commentator nowadays. He's very much involved in doing commentary for the US Championships and various top-level tournaments. But he is also a regular blitz player on the ISSC. I've played him quite a number of times with various accounts. And I can tell you that he's really, really good at blitz. I mean, it's also a good player in the classical time control, but very good at blitz. In this game, however, he overlooked Queen c5 check. And this was really an important pawn. Now white is a pawn down and somewhat tied down with his pieces. Note that this is a 3-minute game. It's not 5-minute chess. So the time management is even more crucial than in 5-minute. Yeah, black is not playing at the moment. Yeah, well, he's probably concerned about his queen having no square. That's true, but still, you should play. White cannot really attack the queen at the moment. Maybe there's rook a1, queen a2, rook a1, sort of, yeah, just eternally attacking the queen. It's a bit like a perpetual. Rook a1, queen c2, rook c1. This could be a draw. Yeah, I think this should be a draw if white goes for that. Rook a1, queen c2, rook c1. Not sure that white has more. Okay, he's trying for more. Very combative. Combative. Yeah, I'm probably butchering this pronunciation. Well, a very enterprising choice. White is just 2 pawns down. He should have taken the draw, but okay, it's not much use in those blitz games to play for draws. Or I mean, just mixing it up is often more fun. This looks very tricky though. Yeah, after the knight move, how do you protect the knight on d2? I don't really see. It can play bishop e3, but black can now take on a1 and just continue to play. Rook takes a1, bishop d2, rook d1. Yeah, oh, that's also not bad. As e4 is under huge pressure, so there's just this pawn falling. Black only needs to watch. Yeah, but the time.
Check.
It's getting tricky. Black is completely winning, but he's on 14 seconds. Also note that if you look at the ratings, each rating pool in auto pairing or also the regular blitz or bullet ratings, they all have their own sort of scaling. That means that if you look at 2400 rating,
check.
Well, this gets tough now.
Check.
Yeah, white is okay again, and he's got slightly more time, so he will win on time probably.
Check. Black forfeits on time. Check.
Yeah, 1 on time, 1 second left. Yeah, what I was getting at is that every rating or every discipline, 3-minute, 5-minute, 15-minute, has its own rating, so that this 2459 by Sarawan is really excellent in 3-minute. In the 3-minute auto pairing. I often, if I'm in good shape, I get to this kind of ratings in 5 minutes. But in 5 minutes, 2-4 is really good, but not outstanding. 2-4-60 is really outstanding in 3 minutes. Okay, here Sarah is playing black against Bacon Butty from United Kingdom, and he has played something similar to the Chigorin. Quite aggressive way to play, and white instantly attacked the pawn, which Sarawan just took. Yeah, maybe you can just take it and keep it with bishop e6 coming. Yeah, I don't really like to take with the king, but he's probably arguing that he could get the king to c7. Bishop e6, and well, you need to keep the pawn, I think. If you just if you just give the pawn back, white is just clearly better, and I suspect that this is the case anyway. White looks fine to me here. He's got good chances to get the pawn back, and natural moves are available. Bishop f4. Yeah, this is what I wanted to say. And just not sure about that. I really would have liked to get the pawn back with rook to c1 or something. Okay, but it's interesting anyway. But how does white make any progress here? Now, I think this wasn't good to not try to get the pawn back quickly. How do you get it back now? I mean, Sarawan is a notorious pawn grabber, and you really shouldn't give him an extra pawn without any compensation. He's an excellent technical player. That's his main strength. Yeah, it's not like he's a one-trick pony, but he really excels in positional, strategical positions and technical ones. Yeah, he returned the pawn with c3, but in the process he coordinated his pieces and still has the better pawn structure. White has the isolated pawns on a2 and c3 and the double pawns on the e-file, while black's structure is completely solid and doesn't have any weaknesses. He just aims to trade more. Yeah, and this is an interesting technical game now. White has improved the pawn structure a bit.
Check.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure. Maybe the worst is over, but he can still, for white, I mean, he can still play b5, a5, b4. This kind of advance, getting a passer. Then I know, of course, that one. Yeah, this is much stronger, much stronger. Now you get the a pawn rolling, a5 up to a3, and then you can enter with the king.
Check.
Yeah, and now bishop king c3 is the idea. You have good chances to pick up the pawns. Bishop e8. I know, then you can take e4. Yeah, king e3. I think king e3 is probably winning. Okay. Yeah, I didn't like that too much. Why would you play e6? Yeah, well, he's by far the better technical player, so I'm cautious. Yeah, okay, now we have the dreaded wrong-colored bishop, so it's a dead draw now. Yeah, Saruman actually had offered a draw, so now they have drawn. So yeah, I think he missed the win here. I'm pretty sure, but I didn't like that one too much. If you look at this, why not King e3? Yeah, King e3 is also the computer suggestion. Yeah, unfortunately, Saruman has disconnected, so we only got like 2 or 3 games out of this player. Let's check if there are some other strong players. Yeah, there are some. Maybe Road King. Let's follow Road King. He's playing some more 3-minute games. Road King does not have a name in there. He's playing on the ICC for ages. I played him also a number of times. He's very high rated in the regular blitz rating, like 3,400. This is this is Nakamura territory, so he's obviously a capable blitz player. We see that here in the 3-minute pool, the similar or the same auto pairing pool that Saruman had just played. He's got 2,478, which as mentioned is a pretty high rating. So let's see what happens. He's playing Tetrarch. And let's see if it's got a name in there. No. Australia, right? Okay. Oh, this guy has an excellent 5-minute rating, 2.5 something. Okay, let's see what we got here. Got a very close position. It came from an old Benoni, the Czech Benoni, where Black accepts some space problems, but he's got a very solid and sturdy position. You sometimes have long-term chances for activity, but it's it's something you need patience for. Black with knight h7 tries to exchange one pair of knights to relieve some of the pressure. An important feature is that white has got this bishop on g2, that it's not doing so much. Quite often it's activated with bishop h3. Yeah, now we see that coming. And now Black must be cautious. There's g5. Yeah, he tries to put it on dark squares.
Check.
Yeah, this looks tricky. The king on g6 and everything. Black needs to defend very accurately. He maybe is okay, but it's obviously quite a risky way to proceed. Yeah, queen g5, knight h4 is winning for white. Knight h4, check. King h6, rook f6. He blundered check. That. Yeah, and Road King was quick to spot it.
Check.
So made next move with rook h6.
Black resigns.
And I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm following Road King. So if he's starting new games, we'll follow that. The video is only on 15 minutes, so I hope to see some more games. Yeah, lots of channel viewers have requested Kibitzing or Nakamura. This is difficult nowadays. He's not playing so much on the ICC. Is concentrating more on classical chess. And okay, man, he's not so far away from being a very serious candidate for a world championship match. So he really should focus on that to get a match against Carlsen. Okay, so we have a semi-Slav here. This bishop d6 line is a bit old-fashioned, the line that Road King here has played, but it's not necessarily bad. It's just a bit passive in comparison. Black suffers from this somewhat ugly bishop on c8, and quite often in the Queen's Gambit, this is the main point. You need to get this bishop c8 active, and the b6 is a typical way to do that. He maybe will do that next move. Yeah, I expect queen h4 now. No. Yeah, well, he probably will go bishop b2. This is also a good move, because c7 quite often is a good square for the queen. And now the bishop controls this important square. But in general, this type of pawn structure that can arise from various openings is believed to be rather okay for black. It can often arise from the French defense, sometimes from Queen's Gambit structures like here. Typically it's a French structure of in the Tarrasch or in the Rubinstein variation. Okay, White has of course better piece activity. The knight on e5 especially is a good piece. So what black should try to do is to exchange some pieces that are active and try to get rid of some of this piece pressure. Yeah, bishop h6 now is a simple reaction. But this is also interesting, going for the queen activation, maybe queen h6 even, or bishop g5, queen h4 can also be an idea. Yeah, queen c5, this mostly connects the rooks so that you can play rook d8. Yeah, but bishop f6 probably. Attacking the rook. That one. Yeah, why not? Oh, the queen. This is a bit of a problem. Maybe queen f5. Yeah, I think black has succeeded in relieving lots of pressure. Queen is nice on e5, the bishop is nice on c6. I think black should be about equal here. Nothing to worry about, at least. It's not so clear what white is supposed to do now. The queen on h3 is a bit offside. One problem is that black might even simply invade on b2. Yeah, queen b2. This is maybe an idea now. Queen on b2 is very annoying. Very quickly played. Yeah, it's sort of fighting fire with fire. But if you go rook d1, what exactly is happening? Rook d1, queen c2, there's a mate threatened on d1. And rook d1, bishop d1, queen a1. Yeah, and queen e4, and that's it. Mate on g2. Yeah, white somehow lost the track here.
White resigns.
Yeah, this went downhill really quickly. Around here there was not much going on. Maybe knight d7 is a step in the wrong direction. It's difficult to say, but at the end it didn't really help. White lost some time and needed to retreat the rook. And then we had the situation where the queen was invading. He could probably have defended himself, but I was expecting bishop d4 actually. Okay, yet another game against this tetrarch player. Yeah, this time we get a Slav, mainline Slav with d takes c4. And well, knight e5 is one of the main lines, e3 is the other one. Knight a6 is usually answered. This is not so great actually. He does not know the theory, it seems. Now e5. This is quite okay for black. Better is 7 e3. At least that's what I'm knowing about it. Yeah, queen d4. There was knight b4.
Check.
Bishop e6 probably. It's not so clear that white is that white can even develop easily here. Yeah, bishop e6. After bishop takes b4, there's bishop takes c4. Or you can go to g6, but then knight takes d4 is at least possible. Yeah, white really got confused by this particular move order and forgot to play 7 e3. Black is spending lots of time here. I mean, my time management is really bad, I know that, but it's due to some, yeah, due to the commentary as well. Once in a while I spend time just explaining what I'm doing or thinking about, and I could move faster if I didn't do that. And but this guy is taking it to extremes. It's a 3-minute game. Need to move. Cannot spend so long here. Even I understand that he probably thinks that white's position is very suspicious, but still 1.5 minutes is half your time in a 3-minute game. Yeah, now white I think can take on d4.
Check.
This is also interesting. I didn't see that at all. Knight e5, maybe. Knight e5. If the knight... Where does the d6 knight go? Yeah, this also... Queen takes d4 is the interesting point. Queen d4, knight c2. And this is a bit tricky. I think... maybe knight f5? Yeah, probably need to play knight f5. Where would you go? Yeah, and now there's the check on d3.
Check. Check.
Knight f4, king f2. Queen b6, check, king g3. I don't know.
Check.
All this can easily lead to nothing for black. If you don't, yeah, queen d6, maybe. An endgame is not so comfortable. The king in the middle is not a problem then, and interesting, he plays it similarly, but with the knight coming to d4. Yeah, I slightly prefer white here, but it's probably... no, it's nothing. It's nothing. Knight e6 is coming, and if you need to exchange the knight, there's simply nothing going on. No, this is really very drawish. Yeah, both sides have a majority to push, and probably this is what is that's probably the general way to go here. I still prefer white slightly, to be honest. The queen side is not so easy to move, and well, maybe g5 now, or yeah, white is better now. You got your majority is far more dangerous. You can take and maybe play rook a1 to enter on the a file. And the c-pawn, yeah, this is also interesting, intending rook d6. Well, very hard to play it in a precise way with this little time. Rook d6 check maybe. Take a6 and rook b6.
Check. Check.
Yeah, it's a matter of seconds now. White has got 16, black has got 10 seconds. Check. Considering that he was basically spending all his time in the early opening, black really did a great job in staying on the board. And maybe he's got some drawing chances still. Yeah, king e6.
Check.
But 6 seconds, this is the problem.
Black forfeits on time.
He was really quick at the end, the Australian guy. He got here rook king down to 4 something seconds, and considering that here look at this, he was down to 118 and then playing like an absolute speed demon. All right, road king is disconnected, unfortunately. And let's see if I can find some other player. Yeah, welcome back. I took a break here while looking for more games to Kibitzing. I got a call which I had to take, and now I'm back and I found something worthwhile to kibitz. It's a 3-minute game, and black player is the one I'm following. Not sure how many games he will play, but let's see.
Check.
This Grandmaster, let me help here. Borki Predojevic from Bosnia, and he's the ratings that he's mentioning here are 2640, yeah, around this. Okay, let's see. In this position here, he enjoys an extra pawn, and I just saw that the black opening was rather funky. Okay, let's see in the upcoming games if he keeps playing this type of stuff. h5 and a5. Yeah, well, black to move here. Yeah, I can just take because f2 hangs at the end with, yeah, winning the house. So black can just take this additional pawn. Yeah, rook a1 is a good solution. Queen d4 is also a good move.
Check.
Yeah, king h1 and then rook a1 probably. The queen is very nicely placed on d4, of course. Yeah, black should probably win this as well, but rook a1 seems simpler to me. this check. Ah, there's
Check.
queen b2. So he blundered the piece basically. And what was happening? What? No, I need to look. What? Check.
Check.
King b8. What? Why didn't take the rook? How strange is that? And then he made a pre-move, queen e7, because of course every normal person would take the rook, and queen e7 was just blundering it. Yeah, this is unbelievable.
Check. Check. Check.
So
Check.
white is this is the current position. So white is completely winning now with queen against rook.
Check. Check. Check.
What flag is this? Dominican Republic. I had this
Check.
earlier today.
Check.
And didn't really learn it. White only needs to avoid stalemate. And this he really should manage. Queen f7 mate. No mate. Queen g8
Check.
mate. Wow. Well,
Checkmate.
you only need to see one mate. So a completely wacky game. Let's see what Predojevic is now playing. b3. Sort of white double fianchetto playing EM Machine Gun from the US. Do we have a name? Alfonso Almeida. And white is playing a sort of hippopotamus reversed, but with a quick g4. So this is interesting. Maybe with f4 coming. Bishop d5. Yeah, well, maybe e4 and then f4. f4 looks a bit loose. White can also play d4 and return to a normal position. Yeah, this looks a bit loose to me. Not sure though. Queen b6 type of moves, but not sure that they're really. And now d4. White is good now. Yeah, that's a nice position. The weirdness is over now. White is just better and has occupied the center only later than usual. Yeah, very nice formation on the F file, tripling, but still black is quite solid.
Check.
Here. Oh, he just sacked a piece. Yeah, it is dangerous, obviously, for black. But maybe he can take twice. GF, bishop takes, rook takes, queen takes d2. Yeah, now there's knight d6. I think black should have taken probably. But knight f5 is a real shocker of a move. No, it's no surprise that he maybe didn't react in the best possible way. Yeah, white just takes the pawn. And now tries to support the center, maybe just back with the knight. On knight f3, this is also a good idea. Activating the d2 knight. It wasn't doing much and can join the play on the king side on f3. Yeah, very complicated position. White should be better because of this strong knight on d6 and his advantage in space, but it's not. I I don't really think it's an easy win. At least I don't see it. Maybe knight e4 to f6, this kind of plan. He's going for knight f5 again. But I'm not sure how dangerous this really is. Takes, queen g7. Okay. Yeah, it's difficult. Black only has 40 seconds, so he needs to instantly decide, mostly based on intuition, of if you should take it or leave it on f5. Now knight e4, but the knight on d5 is always protecting f6, so queen takes e3 and rook g2. This is very strong.
Check.
Yeah, he saw it.
Check. Check.
Yeah, and now black is a piece up. Oh, he isn't. I forgot about queen f3. Yeah, it still looks nice for black. Take f3, take d4, but it's not a clear-cut win, and black is down to 10 seconds.
Check.
Yeah, I think he... this is tricky. I mean, maybe black can eliminate all material to draw.
Check.
Yeah, he get the pawn, so for a draw.
Check.
Yeah, rook f2 mate. He will manage. Nice, very nice. That black actually managed to win the game. Yeah, and white player has disconnected. Yeah, bit of a disappointing game for him. I mean, he had a very nice position and then it all fell apart. And that's never nice. Okay, let's check if there's some other Kibitzing opportunities. Let's see, who's Dr. Alexander Kazin from very high ratings. Let's see what he's playing. I mean, what kind of time control. Grandmaster Doctor. Let's check it again. Alexander Kazin. I don't know this guy. There's so many GMs. He's playing black against an Indian player, Chanikya.
Check.
No name. And well, this guy,
check.
GM Doctor, is 2480,
check.
So very high rating in the 3-minute pool.
Check.
3 minute is very popular.
Game drawn.
And we just witnessed the draw. Perpetual, basically. Yeah, black is very active with the knight, so white better take the perpetual. I hope we get some more games from this guy. Let's see. Against Machine Gun, the player who just a couple of minutes ago won against the Bosnian GM, Pedojevic. And we got an Italian game. Castles is very unusual. Knight takes e4 is just a pawn. I'm amazed that people... Why didn't he take? This line gets played quite often against me, and it's simply incorrect. Black can take the pawn and just has an extra pawn. Okay. We have a different position. Black is also okay here, but it's not. He has not won the pawn. And the central pawn is quite important. Yeah, he could have played g5, knight e4 here, but it's a bit risky. He chose a solid setup. D takes e5 surprises me. I probably would have taken with the knight. I always try to get rid of this knight on c6. Yeah, it's not a great piece on c6 because it always looks at the d4 and b4 squares. And this is also why he now reroutes it to g6. An interesting way to play. And note that black has not castled short yet. Maybe he's thinking about castling long. Bishop out and yeah, castling long is difficult. Yeah, black has a very comfortable position. In this position type, the knight is a good piece. The problem is that the bishop does not have anything to attack. Most of black's pawns are on dark squares, and the bishop is mostly pointing into thin air, while the knight always can try to take up different posts and attack enemy pawns. This is also interesting. He's playing in a tactical manner. And even g6 is a move. I mean, not really thinking that it is great, but yeah, this is much better, of course. G6 was threatened to win the bishop, so white needed to play that here, g3, to secure a square on h3. And here, yeah, black is active, but can you win? Or can you win is a bit early. Can you increase your advantage? Well, black is better on the d file, but how much is this worth really? Yeah, controlling the d file, and there's knight a4. I think he's playing a really nice game, this guy. Attacking here, and now d4 is a big weakness. So the black's heavy pieces now can invade. Rook d3. Where's the queen going? Yeah, the queen is trapped. Yeah, it's always difficult to say with any certainty, but this looked like an excellent game by black.
Check.
He really outplayed his opponent positionally. Black just has an extra queen. Very nicely played. Even now the little tactics here, they weren't really necessary, but
White resigns.
Still nice. Yeah, this was a real destruction. White player got completely wiped out. And very quickly around here, you should be able to put up some defense, but here it's very, very problematic. I mean, b4 and c4 is really a weak defense, but there's knight. I don't have any. I cannot draw any arrows in this Kibitzing scenario. Maybe if I'm not sure if this was a good idea. Okay, well, we have a new game started. This GM again with white against international master Schnappi. Schnappi from Germany. Das kleine Krokodil. The little crocodile. Yeah, this is from a hit single that was popular in Germany. This is a long time ago. Maybe 8 years. It was about this little crocodile called Schnappi. Alright, so let's see. While Schnappi here has played a modern defense, g6 and then a6, b5 and so on, well, the white player has played in the most aggressive possible fashion, just playing a 4 pawns attack. not not a bad idea, but always need to be cautious that you don't overextend. Yeah, white has played many pawn moves, and while this can be the start of a really fierce attack, it also means that you have weakened many squares. For instance, if you look at the white camp just long term, he's got weak squares on c4, c3, d3, e3, and so on. So if black's pieces can invade white's position much later, then this can be really backfiring. On the other hand, black doesn't really have many active pieces, so it's not like he's about to exploit those long-term weaknesses. Interesting. Yeah, f5. I was just about to say that. This looks very dangerous. Queen d2 is a threat now to just attack the knight and win it. And now we need to go back to g8, and wow, white's position looks overwhelming. Every piece in play, you got the center. Yeah, probably this position is it's very good for white. But still, you need to be precise. It's a shame that in this Kibitzing scenario I cannot draw arrows, but this is just how it is. Yeah, I really like white's position because of the space and so on, the bishops. But how do you actually get ahead? Yeah, he didn't really have a good idea as well. And a3 is a strengthening move on general grounds, protecting b4, but it's not really, doesn't smell of a refutation of black's position. Yeah, but black's play is difficult. He can hardly move. Maybe knight g to f6 or something. Yeah, okay, on c4, this is a good square. Yeah, seems white decided to get rid of the rooks. It's probably not a bad idea. The rook on a8 was always attacking the a3 pawn. He went for a tactical idea with the knight discovery. But that's tricky now, queen d2. If black takes on d5, I can take b5 with the knight attacking the queen. Bishop takes, queen takes is a check, wins instantly. Wow, what is black supposed to do now? Yeah, I think knight takes b5 now with the tempo. Yeah, this is not bad for white, of course. I just thought that knight takes b5 was more forceful. Queen d3 probably, attacking it. Yeah, this was the idea. Of course, queen takes on b5, and now a queen trade is winning for white. The two passes supported by the bishop pair is a win. Yeah, this is a winning endgame with good technical play. Bishop c6 probably, and then push the b pawn. Maybe it's already promoting. Two connected outside passes supported by the bishop pair is almost always a win.
Forfeits on time.
He was down on time. I didn't really look at the clock, to be honest. I was just looking at the position. Black has no way to save himself. Let's say knight moves, and probably you can just push the pawn. How are you going to stop that? Come on. Maybe just promoting. Not sure that this is the easiest technically, but it's a good way to play. Yeah, unfortunately the white player who really played some strong games has disconnected, so need to look for more. Who's playing? Dr. Steelhammer. So this is one of the Klitschko brothers nickname. But yeah, what is this guy playing? Let's see. It's a GM anyway from Russia. Does he have a name? Nope. Relatively new handle, but he's playing regular blitz here with 2-9-41. So this is quite nice, of course. Playing an Indian GM, no name, but 3,000 in blitzes, not bad at all. Yeah, we have this very typical pawn structure arising from the Catalan opening, where White has 3 against 2, and enjoys a slight edge, but it's not much. Black can usually just proceed with simplifications and shouldn't be in big trouble. Yeah, Dr. Steelhammer. The Klitschko brothers are interested in chess, and they can play chess. Not quite sure how well they can play, but they are friends with Vladimir Kramnik. Quite often you see pictures of Kramnik with the Klitschkos. Yeah, knight takes b4. There was queen c3, so black just retreated. Not
Check.
sure. Maybe knight e5, attacking 2 important pawns. Yeah, white pawns, they look slightly overextended, but not sure that you can really make something out of that. Queen a2.
Check.
Because queen f2. But c4 is hanging. You just win the c4 pawn. I only saw that now. Black can just take c4. Yeah, this is a very, very problematic position.
Check.
I'm
Game drawn.
Oh, they draw. They drew. Okay. Well, I think the Russian player offered a draw, being a minute down in this endgame. I mean, it was a minute up, sorry. It was a pawn down, but had a minute the compensation. So a bit of a sudden end here. What I don't get is, I mean, okay, the guy offers a draw because he doesn't want to win this very bad position on time. Why don't they play 3-1 then? So they can play out those kind of positions if you don't feel comfortable playing on time. I mean, I have sympathy for that. I don't really like to play on time those positions myself. Then just play increment. They play this challenge system and they can choose whatever time control they want. They're not tied to the time control of the pool. Bishop d5 now. How do you protect your rook? Is this a trick? Queen something and then bishop. Yeah, maybe this one. Queen b6 looks a bit awful. At least at first it looks a bit strange with the bishop on a5, but interesting. Why not bishop b7?
Check.
Now white should win. Queen c6. If the queen takes c6 simply. Queen c6, knight e7. Yeah, well, black gets a new queen, but queen b2 now is a very simple solution. Okay, yeah,
Black
just take the pawn.
resigns.
Just take the piece. Queen b2 would have exchanged queens, so this is what I thought would be okay with an additional piece. Okay, so this wasn't a good game. But I didn't understand in this position after white took here, why didn't he play bishop b7? can... this didn't work. I wanted to examine this game. Is it possible to do that? Ah yeah. I didn't understand why didn't he play bishop b7? Isn't this just winning the queen? I mean, wins the queen instantly. And black should win. I don't see a big point here. This is not a move. I mean, it's a pin. I don't know. Very strange. Bishop b7 look good. Okay, let's see who else is playing. It seems that this guy is at least taking a break. We have Yakov Norowitz playing. Ah, okay, he's not connected anymore. Just disconnected. We have Julio Becerra playing. He's playing a 15-minute game. Well, that's a bit long. Okay, what do we have? Molecule is playing Bullet. Yeah, I don't really like Bullet here. It's a bit difficult to commentate. Goldmund is on, but not playing at the moment. Hungarian chess and my old nemesis Olegas. Yeah, okay, come on, let's have a brief look. It's always the same. The guy always has this end games. What is this? 5 pawns, 5 pawns. Yeah. White is a bit better because of the potential passer on the h file. And he's got 1 minute more on the clock, and he will play everything on time, of course.
Check.
Yeah. This was strange. Why did black allow a trade here? Yeah, white is completely winning now. The pawn is just promoting. Yeah, you cannot take on h5.
Black resigns.
Okay, let's see if we get another game. And I keep checking if other players are online that you could follow. Following Olegas is really not what you want to do. It's simply not so much fun. Disintegrator not playing. We have Ohio Breeze, WGM. Anna Zatonsky, the multiple US women champion. Yeah, come on, let's see what she's doing. What kind of... Oops. She's not connected. That's strange. It does not get refreshed that often. Yeah, people leaving the server. We can try Hungarian chess. Playing against Mandagoro, friend of mine. And Hungarian chess is a rook up, but
check.
Okay, we'll manage. 9 seconds. He will manage to grab
check.
The pawns and now just push the h pawn or the g pawn.
White resigns.
Let's see if this guy is playing some more games. Yeah, it's not so easy to get interesting games to kibitz on. Still many title players on. Oh, you got Kilian. Yeah, we can follow this guy, Kilian. Carlo D'Amoro from Italy. One of the frequent opponents that I have all the time in the 5-minute pool. And he's playing a 5-minute game. A very strong blitz player. 2 for 50 here in the pool. And he's playing Machete. Machete. You just beeped with the wrong Mexican. Machete kills and Machete don't text. Yeah, Machete don't text. This is from the first part. Always like that. They shells. Okay, so let's see what this position is like. Killian just got an exchange back. He had was an exchange down, but White has a very nice position. Just look at the bishop on d4 against the knight on a4, and you got the h-pawn. I think this is a complete win. The h-pawn is just going home. Yeah, black is just lost. The bishop on d4 dominates the knight. It will never move in this game again, and you just push the h-pawn.
Check.
h4. Or you can approach the knight. This is also good. Just go to b3 and pick up the knight. If black approaches the knight himself to protect it, then you go with the h-pawn. Yeah, very nicely played. Now let's say h4, king f7, king c2, king b3, and resigns. Yeah, very convincing play. We can just take f6 if you want. Okay,
check.
He's just using his own pawn. Yeah, White is far too much ahead.
Check. Black resigns.
Yeah, very nicely played. He just dominated this this knight on the rim. Okay, now we got Kilian playing White against Grandmaster Grook. This is Simon Atgestein. Always difficult to do this English type of pronunciations of names that you don't really pronounce English like. Atgestein would be Atgestein in German. Yeah, the former trainer of Magnus Carlsen's and the Norwegian #1 before Carlsen became the dominant player. And we have a King's Indian attack, but with an open center. This is slightly uncommon, but not bad for White. He's got a nice bishop on g2 and some decent squares on b3 and c4 for the knights. The knights are nicely positioned. Yeah, on c4 this knight is just a rock. Very nice piece. But it's not so easy, however, for White to come up with a clear-cut plan. Where exactly do you attack? You've got 4 pawns on the queen side against 3 pawns. Black has really hemmed in those pawns. And where do you attack as White? It's very, very tricky. Yeah, e5 is interesting now. Attacking the queen with the bishop on c8 and on bishop g4. Maybe even push f5. Yeah, I think black is fine. I always like this type of positions where you have those eternal pieces like the knight on c4. But I don't really see a good plan for White to get ahead. I thought maybe prepare f4. But now he has played h4, so f4 is more difficult now. Yeah, I'm not sure what the h-pawn push what this is accomplishing. Yeah, bishop d8 is probably intending to play bishop c7 to overprotect e5 and in the long run allow f5. Yeah, white is taking some time. He has played really quickly before, and now, yeah, well, white could play h6, trying to install this pawn near the black king. This is always a factor. h6, g6, and anything landing on g7 is fatal. But it's a long way to g7. Not clear. It's very difficult to get ahead here without any pawn pushes. Still, there's only f4 as a possible idea. But how do you prepare that even? Bishop d1? Yeah, very tricky. Yeah, he's taking some time. I think he's not really too enthusiastic about his position. Yeah, well, black will just play g6, I guess. Maybe g5, can think about that. But g6 is really the normal move. Yeah, maybe this rook d1, just, yeah, trying to be solid. And maybe on a good day you can push d4 and open up the position for the rooks. At the moment, though, black can just take it, and it's really not leading to anything. Oh, surprising. He went for it anyway. Ah, okay, so he sacrificed the exchange. Yeah, white has this very nice knight on c4, but the knight is not doing so much at the moment. It only attacks or looks at the squares like e5, d6. Yeah, the bishop on c7 controls all the important squares.
Check.
Maybe knight e3, d5. Well, this is now gone, this possibility. It's not easy to play when white's compensation is probably not entirely sufficient, but he's got active pieces. Knight on e3 will protect the bishop on d5. Yeah, it's not easy for black. It's not easy for black. At some point you probably have to play moves like f5, and this can easily backfire. Knight e3, sack on f5. On if this can easily happen. Okay, he's trying to get the h6 pawn. Maybe knight e3, queen takes h6, and then knight f5. Ah, interesting. Rook d3, queen d3, there's queen d7. Yeah, he's a really resourceful player. Especially in complicated tactical positions. Tja, don't really see a good one for white. Now the bishop on d7, maybe rook c4. Rook c4 takes b3. This motif is very important. Maybe black can do that. Yeah, not anymore. Rook c4 takes b3 is ridiculous. Yeah, the bishop is hanging. How do you protect that? All this looks really shaky. White is in those pins, and you cannot easily move the bishop from d7.
Check.
Oh, just a straight. This looks fatal. Queen e4, f4. There's the rook is hanging, of course.
White resigns.
Yeah. This is fatal. Yeah, White somehow lost the threat. It was an interesting position, but around here, this looks okay at first. I mean, you think, okay, White has this diagonal and this good piece on c4, but how do you actually get ahead? And this is only really possible with f4. He never really got this going, and it's difficult, probably. Black has a very decent pawn chain here in the center, very sturdy construction. Alright, I guess this video is quite long already. I hope you enjoyed it, been able to kibitz a couple of strong players, some IMs, some GMs, different types of games. I hope you enjoyed it and, well, spend a nice final Christmas day. Thanks for watching.